It's a new year and a new chance for you to make a fresh start with your compliance. For the next 31 days on the FCPA Compliance Report, we're going to be bringing you a daily tip, strategy, or idea that you can use to improve your program. Here's your host, Tom Fox, the Compliance Evangelist.
This month's sponsor of 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance program is Affiliated Monitors. Founded in 2004, Affiliated Monitors provides professional, independent integrity monitoring and ethics and compliance assessments nationally and internationally and across almost all industries. With its knowledge of effective ethics and compliance programs and cultures, Affiliated Monitors is respected for its work as the corporate monitor on matters ranging from multinational corporations to small and mid-sized companies and even individuals. Having served in over 750 monitorships, no one has more experience as an independent monitor than the team at Affiliated Monitors. For more information on how an independent monitor can help improve your company's ethics and compliance program, visit this month's sponsor, Affiliated Monitors, at www.affiliatedmonitors.com. The mock audit. A program manager in a power plant process group told me about the mock audit that his company performs in its power plants across the country. He explained that his industry is heavily regulated at both the state and federal level. Power plants are subject to numerous levels of oversight, including various ISO standards to which they must comply. ISO is the International Organization for Standardization, and it develops and publishes international standards for various industries and organizations across the globe. The ISO 9000 standards provide guidance and tools for companies and organizations who want to ensure that their products and services consistently meet customer requirements and that the quality is consistently improved. One of the components of ISO 9000 compliance is an internal audit to check how a quality management system is working. But for the utility industry, there are additional, more formal audits by various state and federal regulatory bodies, including both the North American Electric Reliability Corporation, NERC, and the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, FERC. In other words, the utility industry is subject to numerous rules and regulations which require compliance audits. To help prepare for these formal internal and external audits, his company employs the mock audit. In a mock audit, his team will go through the factors which will be reviewed in a formal audit at a power plant. The thing that struck me, he said, was that when he goes into a plant, he tells plant personnel we all wear the same color shirt. And by this he means they are all on the same team trying to achieve the same goal of doing business in compliance with rules and regulations in the power industry which they are required to operate under. Coming from the energy services industry, the color of one's shirt is a powerful concept. I worked at Halliburton, which is known as Big Red. Halliburton's competitor, Schlumberger, is known as Big Blue. Once in an employment interview, I was even asked if I could work under a person who came from Big Blue, and I instantly knew what they meant. The mock audit is a mechanism by which a compliance team can go into a facility or geographic business unit and not only try to determine what might need remediation, but equally importantly, to help employees in the location to move towards greater compliance. The team members who perform these mock audits are not lawyers, but are engineers or other business process-focused team members. These mock audits help to uncover gaps that need closing before any of the regulatory mandated audits by external audit teams. As this program manager explained to me, they are a powerful compliance tool. I thought about the concept of the mock audit in the context of continuous improvement under a best practices compliance regime. Typically, such monitoring and annual assessments are done by lawyers. One of the things that we think as lawyers we bring to the process is too often an adversarial relationship. It sometimes sounds and feels as if we were trying to find a violation or something wrong with a company's compliance program. We are not there to try and help employees learn from their mistakes, and we do not present ourselves as wearing the same color shirt. Indeed, we go the opposite direction. While there is certainly a fine line that must be trod in monitoring and annual assessments, if the compliance practitioner might adopt a bit more of the tone of the mock audit, it might open up things for more useful and constructive exercise going forward. This is not to say that a more formal compliance audit should be conducted with such a tone, but in a different type of activity. It is just as the mock audit is there to uncover gaps and help fill those gaps. Monitoring or compliance annual assessments can also be used to help close compliance gaps before a biennial formal compliance audit. So what are some of the steps that a compliance practitioner can take? I once worked in a corporate legal department where the attitude was completely us against them, and in this formulation, the them was company employees. The legal department was viewed as the last bastion between the company's business guys doing something to put the company at risk. The legal department's attitude was not cooperation but adversarial. Even if the legal department felt like it should maintain this attitude, the compliance department should not have such an attitude. Just as a program manager from the utility industry can help power plant employees do their work more in compliance and with rules and regulations that they're required to follow, a compliance practitioner can work with employees rather than simply dictate the rules to be followed. An annual assessment is the perfect opportunity to learn more about a region or a group's compliance challenges and how those challenges are being met or might be met going forward. But it will not work if you start out with an us against them attitude or I am here to get you attitude. Should wear the same color shirt and be on the same team. The Department of Justice has made continually clear that compliance audits with actionable remediation plans are a key component of any effective compliance program. The concept of the mock audit is one you can facilitate continuous improvement with in your organization. It is a process designed to help your employees do business in a more compliant manner, and it is a tool that should not be overlooked. So what are today's 3 key takeaways? Always remember that compliance folks and business folks wear the same color shirt. 2, review your findings with a group being assessed or involved in the mock audit. And then finally, 3, never forget in a mock audit, or indeed any audit, it's an opportunity to both learn and educate. The mock audit is uniquely situated, which would allow a compliance practitioner to help educate the business unit going forward. I hope you'll join us again tomorrow where we take up another topic in continuous improvement of 31 days to a more effective compliance program. As a call to action, I would ask that you tell one of your colleagues about this podcast series on the nuts and bolts of compliance, 31 days to a more effective compliance program, and this month's topic of continuous monitoring. 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network, and this month's sponsor is Affiliated Monitors. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow for another episode in 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program.